Hi everyone, we're in the small village of Sigüenza, situated an hour drive north from Madrid. And this village is a medieval village. It's really amazing, and it has a lot of monuments, like an old castle, now a hotel, or parador in Spanish. And this is the cloister of its cathedral. Can you believe it? It has actually a cathedral inside this village. The village, as I told you, is small, but the cathedral is wonderful, and I believe you will enjoy it as much as we will. As the historic and urban center of the city, Sigüenza Cathedral stands as a symbol of the grandeur and power of this beautiful town. Construction of this cathedral began in 1124 at the invitation of Bishop Bernardo de Jaén after the Reconquest. Work continued through the Middle Ages until its completion in the 15th century. Its Romanesque portals and military-style towers reflect its character as both a temple and a fortress. The cathedral's facade is organized into three sections corresponding to the three naves, separated by strong buttresses that give its defensive appearance. In the 14th century, pointed arches were added to reinforce the facade structure. Three 12th century Romanesque doors open onto the facade. The central one, known as the Door of Forgiveness, being taller and without decoration. The side doors feature rich geometric and vegetal ornamentation of Mudejar influence, commissioned by Bishop Cerebruno. Romanesque architecture is combined with Gothic and Baroque elements. Above the main entrance is a 12-rayed rose window that illuminates the central nave and symbolizes the Apostles. On the other side of the facade rise two crenellated towers with a military appearance, conceived more as a defensive structure than as a bell tower. The Sigüenza Cathedral is laid out in a Latin cross plan, consisting of three naves, a wide transept, and the main chapel surrounded by an ambulatory. Its interior, characterized by its austerity, is articulated by robust pillars that separate the lower aisles, dating from the 13th century from the central nave, began in 1495 in the late Gothic style. This main nave rises with large windows influenced by French Gothic architecture, whose wide bays create a remarkable sense of height and structural strength. The transept, severely damaged in 1936, was rebuilt with high Gothic vaults resting on solid clustered pillars. The pillars, richly modeled and decorated, support arches and vaults of complex architecture. Its pillars feature 14th century statues representing the mystery of the Incarnation, linked to Bishop Simón Girón de Cisneros. The chancel is enclosed by a magnificent 17th century wrought iron screen commissioned by Bishop Fray Pedro González de Mendoza. From the transept, it is flanked by two celebrated alabaster pulpits, one Gothic from the 15th century and the other Plateresque from the 16th. Several tombs of bishops and nobles associated with the cathedral are preserved in the chancel walls. The back of the chancel is dominated by the large Renaissance altarpiece, the work of Giraldo de Merlo. This richly polychrome altarpiece is organized into 3 sections with scenes from the Passion, the life of Christ, and numerous saints. The ensemble is crowned by a Baroque Calvary scene and illuminated by tall pointed windows in the apse. Behind the altar is an old niche, now an oratory of the Blessed Sacrament, connected to the ambulatory and decorated in the 17th century. As for chapels, the chapel of the Doncel, located at the south end of the transept, stands out above all. It is one of the most splendid in the cathedral, dating from the 16th century. It opens through a magnificent Plateresque Renaissance portal, the work of Francisco de Baeza. Inside, it houses the tombs of the family of the nobleman Vázquez de Arce, and most notably the celebrated mausoleum of the Doncel. The alabaster statue of Martín Vázquez de Arce, reclining with a book in his hands, makes it one of the most admired funerary works in Spanish art. In honor of the Virgin and Martyr Saint Librada, the distinguished ensemble comprising her altarpiece, altar, and tomb was erected. It is worth mentioning that Saint Librada was the principal patron saint of the city and diocese of Sigüenza. Also noteworthy is the altar of the Virgin of Santa Maria la Mayor, which is integrated into a sumptuous 17th century marble altarpiece, crafted with jasper of various colors and Solomonic columns. It houses an ancient 12th century Marian image, the cathedral's original patron saint. The cathedral cloister is a late Gothic work, began at the end of the 15th century and built at the beginning of the 16th. It has a square floor plan and is attached to the north side of the church. It consists of 4 wings, each approximately 40 meters long. Each wing features 7 tall pointed arch windows with small columns and Gothic lattice work. The works were directed by Alonso de Vozmediano between 1498 and 1519. The complex thus acquires a monumental character, in keeping with the new aesthetic of the 16th century. The access to the garden is through beautiful Plateresque gates with iron grills in the same style. In the center of the garden stands an elegant Renaissance wellhead. Numerous chapels of considerable artistic value open onto the side walls of the cloister. The Chapel of the Immaculate Conception was founded by Don Diego Serrano and completed in 1509 in the flamboyant Gothic style. It features a richly decorated portal adorned with vegetal motifs and an elegant wrought iron grille crafted by the master craftsman Usson. Its interior is notable for its polychrome star vault and a rich symbolic and allegorical program. The paintings recreate an idealized vision of the heavenly Jerusalem as a symbolic garden of the afterlife. However, the chapel's most outstanding feature is El Greco's Annunciation, one of the most spiritual and expensive versions from his latter period. The walls of Sigüenza Cathedral narrate the city's evolution and reflect the role this place has played in shaping the region. Always an active witness to history, transformations, culture, and power. My name is Alex Moraras. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share, and definitely subscribe to find out more amazing places to visit before you come to Spain.